Okay, it's getting pretty late, so I'm going to film this the usual way rather than having it all plugged in. But I've been working on a new track after a while off from computer errors. So what I did was I started out with a piano piece, and I've recorded it all in MIDI. I don't want to open up the file because it's frozen at the moment because my computer's still struggling, but I played it all in MIDI, and then I've chopped it into these sections and colour-coded them based on what part of the track that is. And then in some cases I've even moved them around a little bit. And obviously I've gone through and just edited any notes that were really out of time or anything that was maybe pressed accidentally. So that sounds like this. And I've got this really cool, I don't know if it's going to show you whilst it's frozen. Oh, I played around with the velocities a lot as well, but you'll notice here I've got this sort of very old style vinyl sound to it. Makes it sound all crackly and nice. It's also got a bit of a delay on it, and it sounds very muffled. All of the pianos on Ableton seem to sound just a little bit muffled, but I'm kind of used to this, which is really, really bright. But I like that. Apparently that's standard of Yamaha pianos. So I came up with this whole chord sequence anyway. And I originally put this beat with it. Anyway, as you can imagine, that didn't really work. And whilst that beat was still on it, I had this, which is where all I've done is I've just written a very simple sort of bass melody. Well, not even really a melody, just sort of backing it up and don't even know if you'll hear that over the phone. So there's that. Then I've got this awesome string section, so it's a double bass, and then in a higher octave I've got a violin section, two string sections like an octave apart. So I'll just play all the strings together here. And then I have these sections here, which are sort of more the electronic instruments, synths and whatnot. So this one here is affected by an auto filter, which is a sort of reversed sawtooth shape, and that controls the cutoff. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Oh no, that was the right one. Yeah, so you can hear it sort of rolling over like a bit like an LFO really. That's also got a fracture on it, which is like some weird modulated delay kind of sound. Not entirely sure what it is, to be honest with you. And then we have this, which is a really nice thick chord stab from Europa. So that's basically just playing the same sequence as the piano, but it's got a little bit of it's like a delay and a reverb built into the sound, but it might be an arpeggiator that just sort of sounds like that. Don't know, I haven't really tweaked that sound much yet because of all the freezing and whatnot. So I decided it'd be better to make the drums using audio. So I've done a very, very basic beat using some MIDI drums here. And that's actually just got the same reverb on as everything else. It's a nice sort of big reverb, but it's quite a small space that it's in. And then these are some samples, and I've gated these to the main drum kit, so it doesn't sound great now, but as I'm sure you'll know, when everything else is in, it's sort of sounds how it should. Same thing here, but I've put a delay on it as well, so you get a reflection as well. Gives it this cool off-kilter sound. So that's literally everything I've done up till now, apart from this little thing, which is just bird sounds, because I think it gives it a bit more atmosphere. I love putting things like that just sort of over the back of the track to give it some, just to make it feel like it's in a space, really, rather than just inside a computer. This is how it sounds. So at the moment, this is all just loops. I've not really done much variation in any of the sections, obviously apart from the piano. I'm just getting sort of the framework of the track down. So I've sort of got an idea of how long it's going to be. It's about 3.5 minutes, I'd say. And that probably won't really, the sections won't really move around, but what's in each section will. And there'll be a lot more variation, and I'll be using modulation and things. But also, it won't sound as repetitive when there's vocals on the top as well. So this at least gives me something I can send to a singer now, and hopefully have him record some nice vocals for it. So let's see if I get this sent over to him, if he can have that for me for next time.